This week on Tech Weekly, we're going to talk about, could it be 1 gigabit per second internet speeds in the US? Hopefully, Ars Technica has some stuff for us, and we're going to talk about all about E3, some of the things we didn't cover on Monday. We got Nintendo announcing the Wii U, and finally Spotify signed a deal with Universal Media. We're going to talk about that and what it means for us in the US and our streaming services. And we've got Carlo Brown joining us from twitter.com/Carlo Brown all this week on Tech Weekly.
Tech Weekly, episode 49. It's Saturday, June 11th, 2011.
Yes. 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 Oh my gosh, and the song's playing over.
I know, because I hit loopity-loop.
Yes. Everybody's drooling in the chat room because we're talking about 1 gigabit per second internet.
Either that or Carlo really likes Weird Al. I don't know. Haven't figured that one out yet.
Carlo,
not Carlo. Eric. Sorry, Carlo.
Carlo, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. It's pretty damn hot here.
It's hot here too. It's not. I don't know. I haven't been outside. Jacob, how hot is it outside today?
It's so hot.
Hey, and Lady Bryn,
sweating.
how are you? Did I not post this?
Hey, it's Lady Bryn.
Hey, Lady Bryn. So, Jet, let's get into our first story here, which is something that I would love. Ars Technica had an article when I was making the show notes. I think it was like Thursday or yesterday.
I don't even remember which one of these do what.
Sonic.net is providing a 1 gigabit per second fiber network for $70 in the US. What are you doing?
Is that like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Kind of. Now, this kind of sucks because it's around where Leo lives. It's out in...
Which one's yours? Nope. Nope. There it is.
There we go. Here it is right here. There they are.
These trees.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird picture. They're installing the aerial fiber optic lines
Through the
from
trees.
Sonic.net. Now, this is just a trial project, and it kind of has sense that... it kind of reminds me that... of Google's thing, because it's still like, it's not widespread.
I swear, I wish they would just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it.
Look, now listen,
You know?
listen to this right here.
Because I'm like, $70, okay? That's
Yeah.
cheaper than my internet right now
Oh, yeah, it's
for
cheaper
1
than mine, too.
gigabit. Do it. Get it over with and do it.
Now looking at this here, the writer of this article, which is somebody, I don't know who, Nate Anderson, he lives in Chicago. He's paying, this is a premium installation, $200 for Comcast 105 megabit service download, and that's what he would have to pay for that. It's a California ISP, Sonic.net, and you know, Jeff, back in the earlier days of the internet, there was a bunch of these little ISPs, and Leo, you know, he talks about DSL Extreme, which is a smaller ISP, and Sonic.net has actually always been around. They actually interviewed on Twit one of the founders of Sonic.net. You think that these little ISPs are going to be the savior for us for not having to pay like such large fees but still have some awesome internet? But the only issue is, I mean, they don't have the same infrastructure. They don't have the same. They don't have the same manpower either. You know, if you're
Not
Yeah,
the
but-
caps, though.
But it's fiber.
true.
I think once you got to have somebody that steps out and goes, hey, guess what? We're doing this now.
Now another thing.
Okay?
Yeah.
And, it's not like they're running fiber from some place somewhere else. There's fiber already in the air
Yeah.
and underground. They're just tapping into it to your house.
Yeah.
So the people that already manage the fiber will manage the fiber.
Yeah.
It's just, if a tree lands on fiber, then they put fiber back up.
Now, Carla, I know you are in the UK, but like, I'm guessing like, is cable and things still monopolized in the UK as well? Like, there's not. I mean,
we have one cable company, Virgin Media, which I am on. That's pretty much the only
yeah.
cable company I know of here. We've got a bunch of DSL companies, but that's mainly monopolised by British Telecom. And I was on BT, and they absolutely stunk.
Yeah.
And I'm on Virgin Media now, getting 50 down and 5 up, and their top plan is a 100 down and 10 up, I think. That's pretty much the best you'll get around here right now, I think.
So I mean, they're not Virgin Media is not going to innovate. They're not going to bring new speeds because there's nobody. I mean, there's nobody competing, right? I mean, that you said that's the only.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much
Yeah.
the only cable company I think we have. Then that's the top speed they deliver around here. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to go much higher than that. But to be honest, like, on my 50 down 5 up, that's pretty damn fast. I'm pretty damn happy with it.
I know. But like somewhere like around here, who are you going to go with for cable? You're going to go with Charter. That's it. I mean,
Man,
there's
why
no
are we like
cable.
so low in junk?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I did something to the camera.
Um,
But
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
sunk.
would, I would probably go with. I mean,
you got to go with Charter for
well,
cable.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that was kind of weird. But there might be other people around if you start putting this out.
Yeah,
You know?
but I think-
and I always like saying this. I like saying this word. At the end of the day,
That was the name of last week's episode.
at the end of the day, you're basically gonna only have one person that manages that fiber. You don't have multiple fiber runs on one pole. It's one fiber run, and basically one person owns that fiber run or manages that fiber run. They ran it, so it's theirs, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But which it comes down to. I think it's AT&T that ends up owning the fiber. Charter, I think, buys part of it from them
Yeah.
because AT&T, you know, Bell South, which is AT&T, is the one who originally ran that fiber.
Yeah.
Charter always gets it to the house here, but you know, it's like that's why you got Uverse.
And Fios. But
Fios.
You can't get either one, and neither can I.
Well, dude, my parents are getting freaking Uverse.
Well,
They live in Eastabog. Yeah, I mean, they're like
Eastabonga.
they live in freaking like
Yeah, I know. Collier.
the bungalows. You know, it's like how are they able to get
No, they.
Uverse?
I talked to a guy in Collier, and I said because this was back, you know, when I used to have DSL like 2 years or a year and a half ago, and I said if I can get Uverse right now, I won't leave AT&T. And he's like, oh yeah, this was down at that Collier store by the Walmart. And he said, oh yeah, we've got it everywhere in Central Shelby County and some in North Shelby County. I'm like, all right, sign me up then. And he looks on there, he's like, no, your neighborhood, you can't get it. I'm like, you just told me I could get it. I mean, 5 miles down the road, I can get Uverse across the street.
Across, not even across like the highway, across my street, someone has Uverse, and I
That
can't
was
get
my
it.
problem. I had that problem here. When I was stuck with DSL, quite literally across the street, everyone had Virgin Media cable until
Oh yeah,
recently when they decided to pipe me over here.
because it's
I have that
substantially
problem for years.
cheaper. It's
Yeah.
substantially cheaper to push it through the dirt or whatever than to go underneath a road or something. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
or run it across the road or whatever it would be. And that's where you know my problem is because they'd have to run under the road and they're not going to do it right now.
Now, Smoothie is
Now, I
saying,
literally look across the street and go, that guy outside my window across the street has cable and I don't.
yeah.
That was a situation this time last year.
That's crazy.
Smoothie is saying in the chat room, I've heard this as well. Uverse isn't great.
No, because
It's,
I mean, you know,
it's like
if it was like uber awesome, like 100 megabit speeds,
everybody
okay,
would.
I'd be like, oh, sweet. And it can be. It's just they don't do it. They
Yeah.
cap you. Maybe after I complained a couple times, they might uncap me.
You have good luck with getting uncapped.
That's the way. I like to cap it.
Yeah. Now our next story is kind of like it's a weird story, but I put it in here anyway because it's interesting to speculate. A lot of people were saying after the WWDC conference that like Steve Jobs was looking kind of frail and his voice like wasn't as full as it used to be, and this brought up a couple questions, especially by this article right here, the Next Web. They were speculating what would Apple be like without Steve Jobs, and I think we can look.
Awesome.
We can look. No. We can look in the past. We can look at history and kind of predict like what Apple could look like right now if they didn't have Steve Jobs. And one of those, Carlo, you probably remember it back when Steve had. Didn't he have like? He had some kind of cancer. His kidney, like something happened to his. Was it liver cancer or something? Or
I believe so. He had a cancer problem.
yeah.
I can't quite remember all the details.
Like that was That was in what was that, like the late '90s, like early 2000s, or something?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, he did. He took quite a bit of time
Yeah.
off, and someone else took over, and apparently they had a bit of a downturn at that particular point in time.
I mean, that's when we were getting like iPod socks. That was one of the announcements at the keynote. Like they showed these things that like covered up your iPod, or not your Shuffle. What was it? Your iPod Nano. I'm like, seriously? And then that was back when they had the colored iMacs, like the
Yeah, but it
ARP.
all depends on who got to play Steve Jobs when he was not
Well, I know.
in at the time, and it could have been very well that he was the one who was outputting these things. Oh yeah, let's make them multicolors and make them look like compacts.
Wow.
This would be awesome. I don't really feel too
I just
well.
reckon now though that, well, I don't think that would happen now though, because Apple are pretty much established now. They've got the
They had their
entire,
standard
like,
style.
model.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the model they're going after with the iMacs and MacBooks and MacBook Airs now. They've got their standard, and anyone could take over. And I think it'll pretty much remain the same, because if anyone goes and stuffs it up, well, they're done for.
Yeah, they're like, okay, yeah, so as long as you machine it out of aluminum and like
aluminum,
charge a bunch
like-
for it, then it'd be good to go.
Now,
Yeah, I don't think much would change at all.
Yeah.
I think
And I would think that they would probably be more willing to accept customer input, maybe, because I think Steve Jobs is really the chokehold on that right there. Because just like, what was it, the one thing that there was a camera app that came out in the iTunes store like 2 years ago or a year ago, or it was not that long ago. It was shortly ago. And it was Camera Plus.
yeah, Camera Plus.
And you could use the volume button to actually take a picture.
Yeah.
And they're like, nope, blocked. It's no longer available.
But now,
And now, that's a
feature.
Feature. I'm like, that's so dirty that people take other people. Apple's basically just taken other like developers' ideas and like, we're not going to let you do that, and now we're going to put it into the operating system as our own. Patent
And I
pending.
have a feeling with this new, look at that new notification system where you can swap down like the, basically just like the Android tray. And there was someone in the jailbreak community who came up with this called Mobile Notifier, and it looks strangely similar in a lot of ways into what this Mobile Notifier does. This jailbreak app, I haven't used it myself, but I've seen it. And basically, supposedly, they hired the guy who made this app, and now it's part of iOS 5.
yeah,
Nice.
I think Steve Jobs may have been hanging around Cydia a little bit. Be like, hey, what's going on
I
over
reckon
here?
Steve Jobs jailbreaks, and he's like, yeah, I think we could put this in here.
Yeah,
That would be so funny.
I don't want them to be able to wirelessly tether, but we're gonna go ahead and let them
Yeah.
take a picture with
Yeah,
the camera.
always put it
volume.
in here.
Yeah. Now
Nice.
this next story goes along with the iCloud and everything, and I think we saw this coming. This is from the Next Web as well. Apple has been sued for the iCloud trademark over. Well, that doesn't make any sense. But that does not make any sense whatsoever. Anyway, essentially they bought up iCloud, all the domains and everything, like a week before. Everybody was watching that. I mean, it was kind of obvious we were going to see something with the cloud because they bought iCloud.com. And now it's coming back to haunt them a little bit. I think, of course, they'll get out of this, but that didn't take long. The suit filed yesterday in the U.S. District Court of Arizona. A company named iCloud Communications LLC has claimed the trademark infringements against Apple over the use of the name iCloud. While the writer of this is no legal expert, it does appear Apple has some explaining to do. Specifically, iCloud Communications is claiming that Apple's heavy promotion of iCloud product is damaging to their business, and it has but all removed their branding of the name itself and placed it onto Apple.
Nice.
So who are iCloud Communications then?
I think it's just
I
like
can't say I've heard of them.
I've never heard of them. I mean, I think it's like one of those things somebody might have just been sitting. I think it is actually a company. I don't know. Let's do a Google search for them.
Google them. And now Nick is gonna slowly pan up. Whee!
It's an excuse to use your laptop.
Yeah. Oh, let me just type in this on my laptop here. And,
Oh, it's a VoIP service. They've got geticloud.com.
nice. They knew that was coming along. They're like, hurry, iCloud it. Steve uses his voice over IP service, and he's like, that'd be a great name for some of our stuff.
It's $50 a month for one user, unlimited calling. 4 users, it's $100 a month. Anyway, yeah. Meh. I think
It
Apple
sounds to me like it's like as harsh as it might sound, it's a little company trying to sue someone big like Apple to get themselves out there a bit.
Yeah, basically, it's like, it's not free advertising because it's probably going to cost them a lot in like lawsuit things, but
Well,
like,
I think they'll get a payoff. I mean, I
Well,
mean,
yeah, but-
Apple's not going to get out of it. I mean, they're not going to walk away from this not paying any money. They're just going to, I mean,
They'll just do a little under the table deal and
I
job
think they
done.
knew this was going to come because
yeah,
they
and
wanted
they're like,
iCloud, and they're
yes.
just
Like, I've been holding out on this stinking name for I don't know how long now, and now Apple finally decided to make it, and now I'm
Yeah.
gonna cash in.
Yep. I mean, I think Apple's got that power now. I mean, they can just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna use iCloud, and then a
And
couple
we'll just
days
pay off
later,
whoever
yeah.
to
I mean-
shut up,
That's pretty funny. Did you see what Smoothie put? They're suing Apple to get paid, then they'll make themselves bigger and sell themselves to Google. That's
Yes.
that's your ultimate. I mean, that's what you want to do in the startup market nowadays.
Oh, was it you or who was it saying that Google is eating itself?
It wasn't me.
Somewhere somebody was saying that Google's with their AdSense stuff, like they basically have their own ads.
Yeah.
Okay, and you pay Google, or you have the ads, and then they pay you in shares,
Yeah.
or they pay you in money. This one company decided to use it to buy Google shares, so Google is eating itself by
Well, I mean,
advertising themselves. Like
you think that's actually going to hurt them, though? I mean,
I know,
that's
but
what
I'm
it
just
comes
saying. It's
Oh,
like
yeah. I don't know.
I thought it was funny. I
a bit of a
LOL'd
power
out
trip.
loud.
As much as I hate 3D, this is one of the only implementations that I've actually been sort of excited about.
Wee.
Sony launched, or not launched, but they announced at E3 their $500 24-inch 3D TV. Now, I'm not like a huge gamer, but I've learned from some like online, I was reading up on this, and a bunch of like online gaming like forums and stuff have said 24 inches is a sweet spot for like a professional, like if you're just going to sit alone, like play with yourself, like most professional. Oh my god.
Oh man, he fell hard into that one. Okay, yeah. So
If you're gonna play video games,
Yeah.
you want a 24-inch TV. If that's the only thing you're gonna, I mean, if you're just gonna sit there and play video games,
Basically.
that's because you get like
if it's right there in front of your face,
Yeah.
If it's across the room, 24 inches
you're
is
gonna
not
want
really
like
too.
55, 60 inches.
Yeah.
I have
Projector
my
screen.
24-incher right in front of me next to my 27.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially if it's 3D.
But
now,
I don't care
is
about
this
3D.
3D or is this 3D? Is this like no glasses 3D?
I don't think so.
What?
But
Don't do the glasses
but the
3D
cool thing
anymore.
is, let me tell you, this is cool. This is cool.
I don't like it.
It's
It
Sony's
comes
press.
with glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pay for another pair of glasses if you want to play with a friend,
Yeah.
it says. So you have to use glasses. So, yeah, that's me out. Yeah.
It's Sony's
Meh.
press conference. The company announced a $500 TV. It comes with PlayStation styling and allows 2 players to play
Basically
at the
looks like a
same.
PSP.
But listen to this: 2 players at the same time on one screen, no split screen. It uses 3D.
I know that's no glasses 3D, dude.
But I don't know. This is something. I mean, this is pretty cool.
That's the whole. That's the way that no glasses 3D works. It's 2 screens that are interlaced together like on hologram, and
Yeah.
your eyes separated between your face actually make it. Hold on, you got to see what I'm doing. Your eyes separated but on your face. One sees one screen, one sees the other screen. That's the way you see the 3D without the glasses. So if your friend's sitting over here and I'm sitting over here, we're seeing 2 different images.
Yeah.
And then you're basically
That's
you
got
put
to
on
be a
headphones.
guaranteed
Or,
headache.
I have issues with 3D because for one thing, I wear glasses. I can't wear glasses while wearing 3D glasses. So that's one thing.
that's why
that-
this other 3D would work. That's
Yeah.
why you should have gone to CES. I'm just saying. You could have seen for your first hand how this works. And you'd understand
Yeah.
that all you do is just look at the screen. It's the same way that the Nintendo DS whatever
The 3DS. Yeah.
works. The screen is just 2 screens, one behind the other, but they have these little vertical bars or bevels whatever Bezier screen or whatever that basically just separates the two, and the width of your two eyes is enough to see.
Yeah. See, Mark
Oh,
H in the
gosh.
chat room is saying, I mean, exactly what you said. It's glasses so you can wear whatever vision correction or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I think the interesting thing is, I mean, it is Sony design and it is made specifically for the PS3. It comes with a copy of, well, not specifically. I mean, it uses HDMI, but it's styled like it. $500. I mean, that's
pretty good for like.
That's
basically you're getting two screens.
Yeah, but
it's like,
I mean, 24-inch. I know that like Vizios or anything. I mean, you can get a decent TV for cheap now.
You know what I picture someone doing?
What?
Like someone making like a little thing where they go in there and have like a little motor thing on there that can turn the screen, and then they actually plug in two separate feeds to make it like dual screens on your computer. And when you move the mouse to the other, and it rotates the screen so you see the other screen. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'd like to do that. That'd be fun.
I mean, so many of these other TVs. I mean, you're looking at like $2,000, $1,600 TVs to get 3D, like entry level 3D TVs. It comes with a copy of Resistance 3, which is 3D capable. PS3. I mean, it wasn't hard for them to implement 3D, but it does. It comes with an HDMI cable as well.
Oh, dude, that's worth it right there.
And
it comes with an HDMI cable.
And one set of 3D glasses, and the second pair or the rest of the pairs will cost you $70.
Does it support any of the like NVIDIA stuff?
That I don't. It doesn't.
What is it called? The micro link or D-Link or not D-Link? It's what's that little
Mini
link
display.
port? No.
Yeah, mini display port.
Mini display port.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything about that. It's 1080p,
What was that 240. ATI, that mini display port? I think NVIDIA had a mini display.
I don't know.
I know, I'm confused.
I don't know. But they have like, I mean, some graphics cards still have it, but I don't know. It basically lets you output to like, it's a digital connection that lets you daisy chain screens together.
That's it. And it's their. Is it Xfinity or whatever that you can use that with?
Yeah, but it's like
Or
I liked it
iFinity
because you just run one cable to the computer and you just go blink, 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 blink,
But you
blink,
have to
blink.
have that. You have to have that.
Yeah, but you can.
split off
But if you're going to a regular
yeah.
display, if it
Yeah.
has that link port,
You can
it
just
has
go
like
directly
a
into it.
plug in and out. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
So, Jacob, we talked about this on Gadget Gurus a little bit. You got yourself on a rabbit trail, and we talked about it. But it was good because, kind of reminded us about the Chromebook. The Chromebooks were launched this week. We talked about that when we
Yes.
talked about Google I/O. And
I
what
had
was
an
it?
invitation.
Was it Guilt? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
Guilt was doing the initial release.
Yeah.
But now I get all these retarded ads about watches and clothes and stuff. But yeah, like Google sent a handful of people. I think Smoothie or Mark or somebody got one.
Yeah.
And basically it's like the Samsung laptop that's just a Chromebook.
Yeah.
So I was going to buy one until I saw what like data package it came with.
Yeah.
Like it actually comes with a data package, and I'm like,
Well,
I
it's
don't
free.
know.
It's free.
I know,
Okay.
but
I got you.
that's your data connection. It's like,
Yeah.
so I would instantly probably turn that off because I wouldn't want to actually go over.
Well, how I have Jordan from This Week in Linux has one of these. He had the original Chrome, the one that came out that they shipped out, and he said that once you use once you use that data package, the 100 megabytes,
It just stops.
it's gone. I mean,
You
don't
just
have
can't use internet on that no more.
Right.
Okay.
See,
Because there is no like real
I like that.
tie back to an account.
yeah, you don't have to have an account. It just says, oh, your 100 megabytes.
Because
is
what
gone.
I would have done was either tether it to my phone or
Yeah, you got the
hopefully
card,
it
yeah.
would support the Sprint cards or whatever.
Yeah.
It might not just because it's Verizon based.
Yeah, you can use Wi-Fi, Eric.
Yeah. Which, around here we don't have
Yeah.
much Wi-Fi.
I mean, unless
that's-
you're just gonna, which
unless you're like in some location, like, driving between places, you don't have Wi-Fi.
we're not in San Francisco. that's
Yeah.
what I'm
We don't have like urban Wi-Fi.
Which
But
would
but
be
like
pretty
in your house, of course, and at a restaurant somewhere probably.
Yeah.
So, but it was $500, and I was like, I mean that's cool and all, but to me, the Chrome operating system kind of seems like a glorified Android operating system.
Well,
I mean, I know it's
I mean,
it's
look,
different in a way, but it's all like cloud based, and I'm just kind of I don't know.
look at this right here. I mean, this is Chrome OS right here.
Yeah.
But I'm running it inside of an Ubuntu machine. I mean, this is what you're going to get with a Chromebook. I mean, you're going to be able
It's
to have.
basically Google Chrome full screen, and
Yes.
you can't get out of that full
But
screen.
it's a little bit more polished than just that.
Yeah.
They added a
Well, it
couple
has
other
its
things.
special features and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the MacBook, so it's basically the Chromebook is a netbook, and it has the Chrome operating system on it. It's
Yeah.
basically what it is. It's an expensive netbook. I can get my netbook and install Chrome OS on it, and I've got a Chromebook.
Yeah. And I guess one of
Except
the
I just don't have a 3G card in it. Isn't it?
Yeah, and I guess one of the main throwbacks that I had against it was, I mean, it was $500, which I guess it's not a full blown laptop. It's
Well,
just a big.
technically
screen,
it is.
It's a big screen netbook.
That's the only issue, though. It is a full-blown laptop if you don't run the Chrome OS. I mean, it's got a small SSD in it.
But it doesn't have CD-ROM.
Well, neither does your netbook.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's basically
okay.
a big screen netbook.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's what it comes down
It's
to.
it's a glorified netbook, really.
Yes.
You can
It's like
put
a
a
s-
USB stick in it, and you can install Ubuntu, and
Yeah.
you've got a netbook.
yeah.
But I was like $500 for one of them. I'm just like, I don't know. It seemed kind of high priced for what it was.
Yeah, now, iFixit did a teardown. They're infamous for doing a lot of Apple teardowns, but here's the picture. Here's the picture right here. I mean, there, you got the
Very
screen.
simple.
Yeah. It looks really compact, actually.
Yeah, I mean it's like I was saying, it's probably
Yeah.
a like Android motherboard
It's
of some
a
sort.
it's a 1.66 dual atom N570. I think that's the latest Atom processor. 2 gigs of RAM and a 16 gigabyte SSD SanDisk. So, I mean, you could use that. I mean, that if you wanted. The funny thing about Google is that one of the first things they said at their keynote is you can run Ubuntu on it. You can run like anything. If you can boot from what am I thinking of? A USB key. You can run it on there. And I mean, I wouldn't buy. It's the only issue is it's the same exact. I mean, I could go buy a $430 computer for about the. I mean, not exactly the same specs, but you could get something just like this. You know, for
Yeah.
$430.
So
The ultimate thing for, I mean, there would have to be some draw for Chrome OS for me because, like, I could see, like, Verizon and Google having a partnership and say, hey, since you're using Google products, we'll eat the data charges for you or something. Now, I know that's, like, something really, I mean, that's pretty aggressive right there, but Jacob's messing around
oh
with
my
the
gosh,
shots.
I forgot that we had Carlo on the Skype, and I was about to go to this shot. And
Oh, gosh, Jacob.
oh
I
man,
would say that for the same price as that, for the people that this actual Chromebook is geared towards, you can get an iPad for that price.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
And
You probably get more out of it, or even an Android tablet, probably get something like decent
Yeah.
for that price. It would probably be better than hauling that thing around.
And there's two. I mean, it feels like too much. It feels like I'm either getting a Chromebook or a laptop. I mean, not a Chromebook. I'm still gonna have a laptop. It feels like tablet to me. Like if I had a Chromebook, it wouldn't replace my laptop. It wouldn't replace my desktop.
it's one of those just
It may replace my
accesses to the
tablet,
internet.
but maybe not. You know, like
Well, see, then you got like an actual laptop kind of
yeah.
deal. I don't know, but see, like a tablet, I don't know. It's just kind of different. What really turned me off, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and I actually started looking around. I'm like, do I got enough money to do this if I wanted to? And then I was looking at it, and I'm like, it's just I don't know why. I understand the 100 meg thing, kind of, but it just
Yeah.
threw me off. I was like, 100
it's kind of
megs.
weird. Yeah.
I'm like, for an internet-based laptop,
yeah.
I'm like,
Well, see, they could. They
make it at least a gig.
Well, they don't have to put that in there, but that was their issue. Is they're like, oh, well, I mean, this is maybe enough
But-
data to get you in between Wi-Fi, but I mean, a
But
couple YouTube
it'd be
videos.
like saying, I
mean-
don't even know what it would be like saying.
You
but
couldn't
like,
download a video version of our shows in less than 100 megabytes.
I know, but what I'm basically saying is, you're offering a laptop that is 100% based in the
I see what you
cloud,
mean, yeah.
and you're only offering 100 meg data connection.
It would
with
be like your
Like-
Evo right here, and let's just say that you could buy this for, I don't know, $300. We'll say.
yeah, and it
but-
comes with a 100
But
megabit,
it's free. It's free, and
Yeah.
you can add more. But
but not. You have contracts, and then they say you can spend $10 a day to go unlimited. I'm like, $10 a day,
yeah, 6 days you've already paid for.
dude. That's freaking like broadband, and yeah, it's like 6 days.
yeah,
And I'm like, why would you want to do? Just throw it in there, like.
yeah.
You know, for $500, I should at least have a year's worth of unlimited data use.
What I would want from
That's the way I look at it.
yeah, I mean, I think I already said this.
To
but
me, the laptop doesn't seem like it's worth $500. There's not that much there.
it's not.
You
And
know?
you're not paying for Chrome OS because
How much did, if you mind me asking, how much did you pay for that?
well, with all the upgrades and stuff, $450.
Yeah.
Less
And
than
it has
$500.
CD-ROM drive.
It's got
It's
it's a quad core
quad
i3
core.
processor, 4
It's
gigs of
actually
RAM.
got like hard drive storage space.
Yeah, it's got. I think I got a 320 or 250
Yeah.
gig hard drive. I mean,
I'm like, why would you want to spend $50 more for something that has a solid
Yeah.
state drive that you know is not going to be that big? Plus, you're not storing stuff on it. You're storing it all in the cloud.
yeah,
I'm like, it's a cloud interface. It's the internet interface.
I think you're right.
It's just, I don't know.
The main draw to this, I mean, if I think I would be willing to pay $500 if I got unlimited something. If it was for a year, if it was for life, whatever, that would make sense to me because you could make that back. Like I could,
Or at least make the like data cap like a gig.
yeah.
I mean, at least a gig.
I think
100 megs is like, I'm going to
Yeah.
slap you in the face and run
we'll
away
give
with
you-
your money.
it feels like a trial or something. It feels
Yeah.
like we're gonna lead you on and say how cool you can use this in the car or whatever.
it's
but
a cloud-based laptop that you can only use like one day.
I think
half
they
a day.
yeah. I think
I
they
just
have
checked my email and someone sent me this cool animated picture. Oh, no more internet for the rest of the
Yeah.
year.
I think they have the right mindset of giving
Yes.
you free data, but it's not enough.
Tie it in with Sprint or somebody that is used to unlimited data plans.
Yeah.
And like say, give you the option when they release it for $100 extra, unlimited data for the rest of the year
Yeah.
or for a year. You know, I don't know. But yeah.
All right.
Back to the thing.
So our next story here is the Wii U. They announced the new.
Wii U.
And Nintendo announced their new console, and for a little while we didn't know if it was going to be a new console because Carlo, if you remember, they were so focused on the new controller because it's kind of like a tablet deal, sorta.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually a new
Yeah.
console, and there's a picture that RS Technica had.
Oh, whoops, that's Carlo.
Kind of looks. I mean, it feels kind of like it's the size of an Xbox 360 kind of, but it's still got the Wii like buttons and stuff. It's kind of hard
I
to
thought
see.
that looks like an Xbox, but the controller looks like a giant PSP.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
but what I saw something cool on Reddit. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Do. It was basically they summed up what Nintendo did in like one little comic thing, and it was something.
yeah. Well,
but yeah,
Mark is saying in the chat room, this is kind of obvious that it had to be a new console because it was. I mean, they're comparing it to the 360 and PS3 graphics, and it does have an HDMI port, and rumor has it it's 1080p. So it did have to be a new console, but like nobody had seen it. They weren't pushing this as a new console. They were saying this is. It was weird. Like they weren't showing off the new console like you would think that they would. They were showing off the new controller, which is right here. Which one is it? What's my laptop?
9.
9. See, there's the new laptop, or not laptop, controller we were talking about. I mean, it's still got like it kind of feels like they fused like a sort of the, you remember the classic Wii controller that you could buy, Carlo? It was like $30 or something like that, and you could play like
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a
but this is
GameCube.
like by itself too. This is standalone too.
Yeah, and it's got like it's got cameras. It's got.
I mean,
like,
I think that's kind of cool.
but the only issue
You
that
kind of get a 2-for-1 deal. You can get you buy the home console and you get something you can take away with you as well.
yeah. But I mean, the only issue I have with this new Wii U thing is the Wii has always been a party play atmosphere. You could, I mean, controllers were pretty cheap. I mean, you know, 40, 50 bucks, you go out, buy a new controller. I mean, you could just go out and say, I'm having a party tonight, I'll just go buy another Wii controller, we'll play Wii. I'm feeling like you're not going to be able to do this because, I mean, this thing looks expensive. This looks like a tablet.
But you got to understand what it is. You're just not going to... This isn't going to be the only interface for the Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, you could still use the...
Yeah, I mean, this is a PSP. You know?
See, that's what I'm missing.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
It's like two platforms
This is
one.
Nintendo's portable gaming system.
The interface...
This is the new Game Boy. Isn't that awesome when you look at it that way?
Yeah,
It has got Mario on it.
I mean, I'm trying to find exactly where this was, but
okay.
I can't find it.
So I think I need to change my mindset. This is not a controller.
No,
this is
a portable Wii.
This is like, and we're going to talk about the PlayStation Vita, I think, or maybe not. But Sony announced their PlayStation Vita, and you know it interfaces with the PS3. So that's
here it is. Here it is. I'll put the link in the chat room so people can see
I'll
it.
bring it up.
I would like it if they named their consoles a bit better, though. So I think
Yeah, the Wii U.
Wii U and PS Vita, it just doesn't quite sound like that. NGP sounded better than
Yeah, you're
Vita
right.
did.
I mean, NGP kind of sounded like a I don't know. It sounded like a code name.
Okay, so this is the comic that they did in 2006. It says the Wii guy goes, "Wii presents a brand new way to play. Motion control is the future. Yay, woo!" And then he had the little Xbox guy down the bottom going, And then in 2011, Kinect is the future of motion control. We got great new games you can play with your body. Kinect, you know. And then now the guy over here goes, "Actually, we changed our mind. The future is awesome graphics and giant controllers. Yes, so original." And the Kinect guy's like, "Oh crap."
That's pretty funny.
Now, $10 says that in 2 to 3 years, Microsoft will come back with a portable Xbox. I bet you money.
It depends on sales, but
I bet you.
That's something
but I
we've
bet
always
you
missed.
like,
That's something we've always missed.
You know, I think that's where really and truly it's all about doing something anywhere. That's what everything. Your phone. You can do anything with your phone anywhere.
And I think the Wii U mobile deal. I think it's getting closer to what we want with a mobile gaming platform because the PSP was a joke to me because you still had to. I mean, you don't have. It was separate development for. I mean, I know that sounds weird.
Well,
but,
see, but look at it this way: the way Nintendo's done this before.
Yeah.
You had the GameCube.
Yeah.
Okay. You had the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance was you could use it as a controller for the GameCube.
Right.
They're kind of pushing this a little bit more as more of a controller,
a lot
but it is still its own separate thing that you can put in your backpack and have like Wii games being played in your backpack. You know, over here. It has the dashboard. You can download all the little things off the Wii Market and all that, whatever.
Right. Now,
I think it's sweet. I wouldn't mind getting one.
Nintendo, yeah, I guess the thing is I like about this is Nintendo is pushing it, saying there's going to be Wii titles that work on this. I mean, it's going to it almost
gives you
seems
extra
like,
stuff on this screen as well as this other screen too.
But it feels like one platform instead of two separated ones.
It is.
Yeah.
They're just kind of releasing everything at once.
Well, see, that's been the issue with the Vita and stuff for me is because it doesn't matter if I have a PSP and a PS3. I still have to, if I'm going to buy COD.
But the way I understand it, I think, is that the new Wii comes with one of these, right?
I think so.
So you kind of get this, and it's sort of like a uber awesome controller, but then at the same time you go, well, I want to continue playing this game somewhere else.
See, I was kind of a smoothie. Like, this felt like...
Take it to bed with you or something. You play in the living room, and you're like, right, I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm taking this thing to bed.
I mean, but, like, you got to understand this thing. It is a uber awesome Game Boy now.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a Game Boy like that when you're, like...
that'd be awesome. I grew up with the Game Boy Advance.
Newer Game Boy Advances. I grew up with the original Game Boy.
I had a color.
I went up with the original monochrome Game Boy. This is,
I
like, the
had one of
coolest
those.
thing ever. Like, I never really
had the
gotten into the
original Game
Nintendo
Boy.
DS or anything like that, just because, I don't know. But this is cool because it integrates itself.
Yeah.
I like the full out playability.
Okay.
Plus, you can load ROMs onto it. Now you're gonna
Okay,
have
now we see why Jacob. No.
you're gonna have Hackaway. You're gonna have all that stuff
Okay.
on there. I mean, it's
I know
sweet.
Hackaway sounds a bit weird.
I mean, you'd be able to like just play whatever you want to on it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably have to check it out now.
I had to break everybody's.
I'll probably have to check it out now since you made it sound so awesome.
Like Mark said.
I ain't getting one of those. I ain't got the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. I probably won't get it anyway, just because I don't want to, spend my money. I know inevitably what happens to everything that I buy, like that is entertainment wise. It ends up sitting on the shelf.
Unless it's a phone or a computer.
Something that I have to use all the time.
All right. So we've been covering how Spotify's like coming to the U.S. per se, and they signed another record deal. They signed with Universal Music, which is a pretty big record label in the U.S. And if you don't know,
big.
Spotify is a streaming service. I don't know. I mean, it sounds kind of weird. iTunes in the cloud is free, and iTunes Match will cost around $25 a year.
I'm not
What?
getting that here though. That iTunes cloud and stuff. It's not coming to the UK until around about 2012. So I might well be dead by the time it actually comes over here.
Yeah. So, I mean, Spotify, it's something that us in the U.S. have never had as a subscription-based, like, everything, like, so many records, or not records, but so many titles that you can't listen to it enough. And it's relatively cheap. Which, that's probably not going to cater.
Basically, it's like Groove Shark,
Yeah.
what is it called? All Time or Anytime or
Something, I don't know.
Pro Time. They got two different ones.
They've got, like, desktop applications and stuff.
But like, you can just go on there and just get whatever songs you want.
Yeah. But it's streaming.
Yeah.
And you can't download them. But
But
anyway,
you can keep them, can't you?
well,
There's always ways.
well.
If you're paying for a service that lets you listen to music, they should be able to let you keep the music. I'm just saying.
I kind of did not want to talk about this next story.
Wienergate. Wee!
This is just like a.
I thought they
weird
made that
story.
name up for him.
No, they did.
because-
I don't know. That's his last name.
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the
He
Wienergate.
posted a picture of his thingy bob.
Yeah, and his name is
He got done
Wienergate.
for it.
Oh gosh! Now
Here's an infographic.
Yeah, we always love infographics, and Mashable is so good at giving us these. After Wienergate, the
After the
effect-
wiener has left the gate.
This is.
He should have kept it in his pants.
Yes.
There were 15,383 tweets from congressmen from. Wait, what? I can't read that. May 8th to June 8th.
Oh, why did we give the infographic to the guy that can't read it?
I know.
Let me open it up on this so you can see it bigger.
Anyway, each party in the U.S. is both down about 30% from since this thing, and this raises the question. I mean, Twitter seems cool for people like. I mean, I like talking to pro athletes on Twitter. That's just me. I mean, it opens up something that it opens up a medium that I would never be able to talk to Michael Vick, and I've had a couple conversations with him on Twitter just because he could just sit there and be like, "Hey, all right, there you go." All right, Jacob's got this pulled up, so.
But they must have not liked what they saw, so they decided to back off a bit.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird story.
It's like, 910, and Wienergate begins, and now the tweets are substantially less.
Look at this. I love Google Ads right here because, we're looking at a little infographic about American, politics. And then right over to, did it go away? Man, we lost it. Oh, there it is. And then, right over to the right side, we have a little Obama 2012 campaign there. How cool
You
is
like
that?
seeing wieners? Well, wait till this. Wait till this campaign in 2012.
Oh,
Whee!
No, I don't get that junk, and I have Adblock Plus. Just saying.
All right, let's move on to our last story here. Now, Jay, we talked about. I'm guessing Google has they did remove the. We talked about this. When what?
They had
Thursday.
that on there for like 2 full days.
Google announced that they on their Twitter
They're
account.
like,
they were
this is so good that we're going to leave it
it
on here
was
for another
cool.
day.
I like it. You know how they archive? They have archived.
Except when you had it clicked into
Yeah.
the thing, and Nick's like, "Let me play that." And you're like, "Oh, stop searching stuff, Nick."
Google.com/Pac-Man. You can always go and play Pac-Man. So, how do you make it play Pac-Man? Oh, there you go.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
All right, get back to work.
You could all they archive that where you can play Pac-Man, and Mashable has put together their top 10 Google doodles, and I just wanted to go through this. This is more like a bookmark here.
Fell off my tree.
So here is the Google Christmas doodle. I know we're not gonna have sound, but I don't think we really.
You listen to it through your thing if you turn it up enough.
So this was pretty cool. Remember this? It had the different. It was like picture frames almost, and you could look at. We thought that was pretty cool. I think we may have mentioned that on one of our whatchamacallits. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we'll go to our next one here. This one. Remember this one? This was pretty cool because it had the YouTube embed.
Mm-hmm.
Remember this on the front page? I wish they would have actually shown the embed. It was like a weird embed because it was like it didn't have any controls, but it was still like showing that it was through YouTube.
Stripped down.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then we've got this one. Could be my favorite right here.
Yeah, I like that one.
Like you scroll over it.
It just like runs away from the mouse. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's pretty amazing that they're doing all this with HTML5 and they can do this. I mean, and it doesn't slow down. I mean, you don't see all you just go to Google.
Google is just
Well,
a
I
logo,
know.
2 buttons, and a like search box. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not that complicated on the front page there.
And they've got the John Lennon Google Doodle. This one was pretty cool. All these are from the past like year or two.
Well, they've also had a lot more, influence probably on their.
Yeah. And then you've got, I don't actually remember this one.
Me neither.
I don't even know who.
Yeah, someone at Google must have a lot of time on their hands.
Yeah, they're like,
I'm sure
what
that they.
What are you gonna do today? I'm making a Google logo.
Now there was a site I've been to before, and it actually shows you every single Google Doodle that is like what I mean. There's
Ever been done?
well, yeah, but there's a Google Doodle for almost every day because they have so many countries now. There's like hundreds of countries that they have Google specific landing pages for. So like almost every day there's a different holiday that they do. So. This is the Robert Bunsen, and I remember this one because it was like you could interact with the different one. That was pretty cool. Now here's the Thomas Edison one. I don't remember this one either, actually. This one was in February?
What? February.
What was the Martha Graham one?
The day after the day before the yesterday.
That was in May. That was
Independence
May 10th.
Day.
Oh, I remember this one. They did the Rube Goldberg thing. They had a Rube. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this one, if you clicked on that, it made all the things go, and then the American flag popped out, and then fireworks. That was pretty cool.
So, but yeah, that's pretty good.
And then the
course.
final one is, of course, Pac-Man. Let me go play some of that real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what we're actually going to be talking about this Les Paul guitar thing?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Here's all the top Google things and crap. We forgot what we were talking about.
Did they even archive it? Anyway, we talked about it on Fab Lab a little bit before the episode if you were here, but you can actually play the guitar it was Les Paul's like birthday, 93rd birthday or something. I don't know.
366. Oh wait, that's Isaac Newton.
Yeah. Let's see if we can Google. What? Forever. Here we go.
So basically,
If their website isn't so slow. Anyway, let me get this up. But yeah, essentially you could play Les Paul for. Any day now. Here we go. Okay, so you can go to google.com/logos/2011 and then /Les Paul, and now you can play. I like the fact that you could record what you were doing, and it played it right back to you. Oh, sorry, Mark. Les Paul actually died in 2009. I don't know what the occasion was. It was his birthday, wasn't it? So anyway, that was pretty cool. And then you can stop the recording and play. So that's pretty cool. And then you can go to their, we'll put this in the show notes. You can go to google.com/logos. And this is the site I was talking about.
Yeah.
See, I mean, they had one on June 2nd, June 5th, June 6th, and then June 9th. And then they'll have another one pretty soon. So that's pretty cool. And you can go all the way back to 1998.
Boom!
So that's pretty cool. No, there were no logos created between January and March. Oh, there you go. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, I guess that does it for this episode of Tech Weekly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to do the Twitters, Jacob.
You know, why do you even got to tell me? You're just going to...
I was giving you a heads up. All right, you can follow Carlo on Twitter, twitter.com/Carlo Brown.
I'm just doing it like this.
Track him down in our chat room. He's Carlo Brown 174. Now, Carlo, do you want me to promote the teenagehackers.com, which Carlo...
Sure. I write some stuff up there, random stuff when I can think about it. And there are other people who also write for the site as well. Go check it out, teenagehackers.com.
I like the website because it seems it's like tech news, and I've always liked tech news like this, but it's it's more opinion based. You know what I mean? I mean, I can go to a Mashable. And...
What are you doing to me, Jacob?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh gosh.
But Mark really wants us to watch this YouTube video.
And we will later
After the show, of course.
Yes. And then you can follow Jacob on Twitter, twitter.com/freakinhuge, FREAKINHUGE.
Oh, yeah.
And check out his blog, jacobroberts.me, and you can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones, and check out my blog, nickjones.me. Oh, make sure to follow pbcasttv on Twitter, twitter.com/pbcasttv and pbcasttv.com. So, guys, until next time, I'm Nick Jones.
I'm Jacob Roberts.
Now I'm up here.
Yay!
And this is Tech Weekly.
Boom!
They see me mowing my front lawn. I know they're all thinking I'm so wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy. Can't you see I'm wide and nerdy? Look at
Peace.
me, I'm wide and